here's a big question. The big question is that, hey, listen, I have so much problem with staying motivated. I watch these motivational videos and I do all this stuff and I listen to them maybe once or twice a day, but still at the end of the day, I don't feel like I'm motivated. And the answer to that is, I say, cut the music down in the motivational videos just because these motivational videos don't work. And if you have really so I didn't used to watch that many motivation videos, but if you really watch these motivation videos, motivation videos, they don't really work just because they're great at giving you this hit of motivation. Like you feel motivated, like this is like a dopamine hit or something. Like you just feel motivated for a few while, and then after some time that motivation fades away. I know you have felt that if you have seen any motivational videos online. You know, these motivational speakers. Funny thing, one of my friends, he said to me that I'm gonna become a motivational speaker, and this guy, he's having troubles within in his academics and all of that. I'm like, okay, that's great. How you planning to become one? Well, I don't know, but I'm just planning to. I don't know, but most of these motivational speakers I have seen, especially from my country, and I know a few from yours. These motivational speakers, they don't have anything really backed up by science or reasoning to give you something. They just stand up there and they have a music playing in the background, and that music is supposed to give you that state. It induces you to get to that state, and you stay in that state for a little while, and then you think about all the things you are going to do in your life. Man, you're just going to hit it and you're going to do all of those things. But after a few while, you are on your bed lazy and you don't want to even get up because it's just too overwhelming, right? I know, I've been there. Actually, funny story. My college, they have this motivational speaker. Okay, another motivational speaker. And I was kind of amazed. I knew I attended some seminars and some lectures from him, and I was like, I know this stuff ain't working on me at least, and on the 90 other people I see in my class, that it's not working on them. So how does he teach this? How does he come up with this stuff? Maybe he has read psychology somewhere. Maybe he has read human development somewhere. Maybe he's just so great in his own life. Maybe something. But then turns out he's an electrical engineer, and then he somehow turned out to be a motivational speaker. That's how things happen. That happened somehow. So here are some problems I have had with my motivation in my life. This is how I worked. Not now, but this was how I worked. This was where you might relate to me, because I know this is just too frustrating. You stay in that place, you want to work, you work so well for a month, you work on your dreams, you work on your goals, you have your big visions, man, your big goals, and you work on it for a month, let's say, and then after a month you fail down. That's what happened with me. I'm gonna tell you that I worked on creating podcasts. That's what I did first. I did podcast, and I was like, man, I'm going to create this podcast and this podcast and this, and I'm going to do 4 podcasts a week and all of that. But after, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, after a month or maybe 2 months, I would just disappear for 1 month because I felt like I need some rest. It's like you're not having this drive. It's like you're just pushing for some reason. And then when you push so much, eventually you burn out, right? There's this path of life which I call stressor. A stressor is someone who just pushes so much, eventually he burns out. You don't want to take the path of a stressor. Who you want to become is a master. That's my mentor taught me, and this is from him to you. Master is somebody who knows when is the time to push and when is the time to relax. Because relaxing is important. Self-care is very important. You'll hear Brendan Bouchard say this. I just heard him say this. Self-care is very important for motivation and for your life. It's extremely important. So if you miss that out, you're going to feel that lack of motivation inside of yourself. So the big question is, again, it's this. How do you go from just feeling that motivation once or twice in a while, maybe in a year, and how do you go from that to staying motivated every single day? And I've had the privilege of doing that. So here are my 3 tips. 3 single keys that if you apply that in your life, I'm going to tell you all, your motivation is going to increase. Your motivation, you'll see this performance will increase. Because me, I myself, I consider myself a performance expert. That is what I do best in my life. I can have the worst challenges and I can make them into the best ones. That's what I teach. That's my passion. And that's what I want to share to you. So here's from me to you 3 tips. Number 1, mostly the biggest reason people experience this lack of motivation is just because they are not clear on where they want to be. Now think about this for a second. When you think of a new goal or a new dream that you have, what do you say first? You say, what do I want to do? Okay, what do I do? Right? You have that question. You have that question of how. You have that like, how do I do this? You have that question of what do I want to do? All of the things, all of the actions you need to take. But if you listen to any of my previous work, you know that that's not the first question you must ask. The first question you must ask is, what do I want? Not what do I want to do or what do I do or how do I do it. The first question is, what do I want? The vision. I always emphasize on this. The vision, where do you want to end up? That's really important. All the things, they are like secondary. The first thing is the vision. The vision and your purpose. Like, what's your purpose? Why do you want this? You want this thing. Okay, great. You have a vision. Then why do you want it? So it's maybe because you're having problem with staying motivated is because A, you don't have a vision, or B, you're not connecting to it openly. You don't have a vision or you're not connecting to it. That's 2 big reasons. And I know this is true for me because I wrote down my goals. I have big goals. Big goals. Like that big. And I have big vision, big dreams, big goals. And no, man, I know why do I want to do this. I want to do this to contribute. And then after maybe, let's say 3 weeks or 4 weeks, that will go down. That will just go off. And I don't even remember what my goals were because I never wrote them down. I just thought about this and I just make this dream palace inside my head. And the second thing is I never connected to it. I never imagined it. I never envisioned it. So vision is really powerful. Your mind is like a missile. Again, it's like a missile. If you give a target to this missile, it's going to hit it. No matter the path it takes, it's just going to hit it. The path is secondary. The target is first. You want to know where you're going, where you're headed. And also, you want to know what's your purpose. Why do you want this? Why do you want this? Why is a big question that all of us are missing. Like, why do you want this? What do you want and why do you want this? I was watching this video on Instagram and they said that the biggest motivation, the biggest force of motivation is what we call purpose motivation. See, when you have a purpose that's bigger than you, that's just to serve, or maybe that's just bigger than you, a calling or a mission, whatever you call it, a mission or a calling or a purpose, all are the same thing. When you have that, you feel drive inside of yourself. You feel that you have to do something. It's like you have to, and you really want to do it and you really enjoy doing it because it's your purpose, right? It's your life's mission. So that's the gift I want to give it to you. And then if you have some problems, consider this. Just connect with your vision. Daily, at least. If not daily, maybe 2 or 3 days, connect with it at least one time. Because, man, it's your life, right? It's your life. You need to develop this practice. It's motivation. Losing motivation is because of a lack of some simple practices that we don't develop inside ourselves. So if you lose your motivation or if you don't stay motivated, this is the first thing you go to and this is the first thing you check. The second bigger thing, not the biggest thing I just gave you. The second bigger thing I want to ask yourself is that, when you're going uphill meaning that you're improving your life. What happens is you hit these blockages. And it's just called life. You're going to hit blockages. You're going to have problems. You're going to have challenges. And those challenges would be bigger than you. They have to be, because if they're not, how are you going to grow, right? How are you going to go to the next thing? How are you going to grow? It's like the God or the universe or whatever you call it, that force, it tests you. Like it tests you so that, do you even want this that bad? So I'm going to give you some challenges. And if you go past these challenges, then yes, you do want this and then you can have it. But first you got to go through the challenges. So, and this is where many people lack as well. And that's when they are going for something they want in their life, their vision, their dream, and they have their calling with them. What happens is they hit blockages, they hit challenges. And when they hit challenges, they are not equipped with the ability to deal with those challenges. I'm going to say that again. They are not equipped with the ability to deal with those challenges. It has nothing to do with the challenge. The challenge can be big, the challenge can be small, the challenge can be devastating, but it has got nothing to do with it. It's your ability to deal with that challenge. That's bigger. That's a bigger force than any challenge you'll ever get. If your mindset, if your heart, if your soul, it's right, then I don't care whatever challenge you have. It can be, your life can be destroyed. I mean it, because I have seen this so many times in your life, in my life and in other people's life. Like, they can have the biggest challenges, but what they'll do is they'll stay at it. They'll stay consistent and they'll still stay going, because they're just equipped with this ability. And that ability is to believe. That ability is, the biggest thing is like the beliefs. Like, if you believe in yourself and if you believe in your vision, your calling and your purpose, more than anybody else. If you believe in yourself, then whatever challenge you have, you're going to grow it. You're going to outgrow it. You're going to find the answers, find the solution. You're just going to grow. And I know that's hard sometimes. I'm not going to make this easy. Just hitting challenges, that's hard. Sometimes you might take some time, but you'll stay at it. That's what I'm telling you. If you really believe in yourself, if you really believe in your purpose that's bigger than you and your vision, you believe in those three things, you are gonna face any challenge you have and you are gonna grow. You're gonna outgrow. You're gonna have this force inside of yourself, and that's bigger than any challenge you can face. And when you hit these bumps and when you start to like grow, then you have this self-confidence inside yourself. Then you're like, give me any challenge, I'm gonna face it, and I'm gonna learn from it, and I'm gonna grow. That self-confidence, it gives you that self-confidence when you face these challenges. So challenges are important, but remember, it has nothing to do with the challenges. If you feel like you have just lost your motivation, so if you're just having trouble with staying motivated and you hit a challenge and all of a sudden it's like gone. So what I want you to know is that it's not the challenge. You might blame the challenge, but it's not that. It's not the problem. It's not the challenge that your life has given you. It's more related to your ability to deal with that challenge, your mindset, okay? So that's what I want you to understand. The third key is a really fun one, and this is something that has really moved the needle in my life, and that's this. Like, literally, it's this. That's the I call this the roly-poly technique. You know, you remember that song, that roly-poly, up, that nursery rhyme, that. So, you know, what I mean by that is, do this with me, okay? What I mean by this is, what you gotta keep doing is, no matter how good you are, no matter how successful you are, no matter how many levels you have achieved, no matter how many dreams you have achieved, what you must do is, you must just keep doing this. What I mean by this is, this is your dream, right? This is your life's dream. And when you achieve this, what I want you to do is do this. Have another one. That's like the next level, right? And then when you get that, have another one. And you just keep growing. That's the key. Most of the people, you know, there are millionaires who have gone to millions so fast, and then they have lost $1 million back. And this happens to in every area of people's life, that they can get somewhere, but if they don't get them the next thing thereafter, the next thing, right? If you feel like you having a goal will excite you, and having a goal, oh my God, you're gonna feel so happy by having a goal, right? Just achieving a goal, right? So that's not true, because if you achieve a goal and that's where you stop, like, that's not gonna make you happy. And if you're frustrated, then again, if you're frustrated, you're stressed, you're gonna lose what you have too. So what you must do is, if you want to stay motivated, do this. Call this roly-poly. Just every time you hear the roly-poly, I know you're gonna remember me. I know, because you remember that I'm doing this, and this means you're going up and up and up and up and up and up. You're just on the uphill. Even if you face challenges, right? You're gonna face challenges. You're not just gonna do this. Is not just smooth. You're gonna have some challenges in doing this too. But what you must do is keep at it. Again, it's your ability. It's not the challenge. It's your ability. Keep at it. Keep growing. You know, Jim Rohn used to say that skip your meal, but don't skip 30 minutes of reading a day. And I used to say, and that's so true. And when I have heard that principle many times, but I was not using it. But when I started using it, that was when the real power came into my life. That was when the real motivation. And now, this is honest. Just, I'm not just bragging about this. I'm saying this so that you can just learn and hopefully apply the same thing in your life. And that's, if I don't learn something, even a little thing, if I don't learn in a day, I feel like I've done nothing in my day. Like I feel like I failed. Like really, if I don't learn that, not learning is so much of a pain to me. I don't even want to go there. And so I have schedules for learning must. Even if it's a Sunday, I don't skip Sundays. On Sundays I go hard because I have more time, right? So these are the 3 keys. And remember this. You can forget anything, but you are not going to forget this. I know this because this is so fun. Remember this. The roly-poly, okay? The up and up and up and up. The upward spiral. Whatever you call it. But I call it roly-poly if you want to just call it that. So just call it the roly-poly and keep doing this. And I promise you, you're never going to lose your motivation again. Because you just keep growing, right? You're just going upwards. So that's what I have for you today, and I hope I have served you at some level. And if you feel like you've had some value, go down, click that red button, that subscribe button, and then also click the bell so you can have new techniques like this, like the roly-poly. Okay, so just get that and follow me on Instagram because I do really fun stuff there. So right, I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. The roly-poly.